Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. Let's talk about Shannon Sharpe ripping Paul George for saying a title with the Clippers would outweigh a title with the Lakers. You know how Shannon Sharpe feel about the Lakers and LeBron. Any opportunity he gets to defend the Lakers or LeBron, he's going to jump and have at it. You know how Shannon Sharpe is. So Paul George came out, said how he feel, and Shannon Sharpe took it personal. You know how Shannon Sharpe is. How dare you say anything negative about the Lakers or about LeBron James? Either or, pick one. If you say anything crazy or anything that he deems crazy, he's going to come at you. So he had a few words to say to Paul George regarding his statement. I mean, he's just speaking his opinion in a sense. Maybe to him, a championship as a Clipper would mean more than a championship as a Laker. But the one thing I will agree with Shannon Sharpe on is just focus on the Clippers and trying to get a championship. Because it's been 4 seasons, and so far, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard haven't been able to win anything. No championship, haven't made a finals, nothing. So I understand that's how he feels, but you might want to focus more on getting to the finals. Not saying he can't give his opinion, that's his thoughts, but don't worry about the Lakers. Let them do what they're doing. Focus on what you got going on as a Clipper. Because you and Kawhi needs to win a ring as a Clipper. If y'all don't get it done this season, it's a failure. 4 seasons of failing. So whatever the Lakers got going on, that's their business. Just focus on how y'all could get to the finals. That should be the focus. Let's figure out how we could make it to the finals. I got to elevate my game in the playoff so we could possibly progress, advance, and at least compete for a title or get a shot at it. If the Clippers end up in the finals and lost, I honestly don't think most would have a lot to say or anything negative for that matter, because it's not an easy task to win it all, but at least make it there. And they have a very good team, a very deep roster, 2 superstars on the team. There's no excuses why this team can't make the finals. They've been load managing the entire season, all year long, load managing, trying to protect their stars from injury. Okay. So with all that load managing and missing multiple games, because truth be told, the Clippers should have been a 1st or 2nd seed. But Kawhi and Paul George haven't played that many games together. The record is not the greatest, but they're still 4th seed. So either way, I guess the load managing is working to a certain extent, but they got to win a title, man. They got to win a title. No title as a Clipper is a failure. When you have this much talent on the roster, if you don't win it all, it's a failure. The same thing goes for the Phoenix Suns. So I understand Paul George is answering a question and, just stating how he feels and his opinion, but talk about your team. Don't worry about the Lakers, what they got going on. I would agree with Shannon Sharpe in that regards. Just worry about your team and what y'all need to do to make it to the finals and possibly win it all. You got to focus on your team. Don't worry about the Lakers. Don't worry about what means what to what franchise, because the fact of the matter is you haven't won anything. And that's just the fact of the matter. You haven't won anything with Kawhi Leonard. You haven't won anything in OKC with Russell Westbrook. You haven't won anything. So just focus on what y'all need to do, man. So Shannon Sharpe was on his head, ripping him. Shannon Sharpe get very personal when it comes to the Lakers and LeBron James. How dare you say anything? I mean, the Clippers haven't had their moment of glory yet, but that could end this season if Paul George and Kawhi Leonard rise to the challenge. The 2 superstars got to rise to the challenge. A franchise as a Clipper would be huge, man. Believe me. We know it's a Laker town. LA's a Laker town. We know all that. But if the Clippers could win the title this season, that would be big. It would be huge, believe me, because that would be their first title. And the rivalry with both LA teams, even though once again, we know the Lakers have 17 championships, so there's no competition really. But just to say, there's been a mini rivalry the past few years ever since Kawhi and Paul George teamed up and went to LA. And LeBron went to LA and then brought over AD. So there's been a little, mini rivalry going on. and the Clippers constantly beat the Lakers in the regular season, constantly. If Paul George and Kawhi Leonard could bring a championship as a Clipper, it would be big. So he needs to focus on that. Don't worry about speaking on the Lakers, man, or which franchise it would mean more to. That's pointless. Focus on the season, what's ahead of you. At least make it to the finals first. You got to make it there before anything. And you guys haven't done anything in 4 seasons. Nothing. Not even the finals. Even when Doc Rivers was the coach and you had a very stacked team with a 6-man in Lou, you still didn't make the finals. So you got to figure out how y'all going to make it to the finals and step in your game up, elevating your game, and focus on, what's going on on your team, in your organization, in your locker room. Don't worry about the Lakers. I'm sure it probably would mean more, but at this point, it's pointless. You got to get it done first. So this what Shannon Sharpe had to say. He got very personal. He went in his feelings. You know how Shannon Sharpe feels about the Lakers. So this what he had to say. Why are you talking about the Lakers? You're not with them. Why would you say a championship with the Lakers? And who is to say you're going to win one either way? He makes it seem like it's a foregone conclusion. Hold on, Paul. Game 7 versus Denver, he was 4 of 16 and 2 of 11 from 3. Game 5 at home against the Suns, he was 6 and 15 and 1 and 6 from 3. Playoff PEE, sheesh. You're not him. You remember what he did in Indiana? You remember OKC? Russ went for 44 points and he had 5 points. Is this the guy talking about a parade? So that's what Shannon Sharpe had to say about Paul George, basically. Roasting him. Shannon Sharpe get very in his feelings when you talk about the Lakers or LeBron James. How dare you talk about either or? He goes crazy. He gets berserk, he blacks out. So he came for Paul George's neck regarding, the Lakers. I mean, I'm not the biggest Shannon Sharpe fan, but it's hard to deny Shannon's point. He is somewhat right. I mean, Paul George came up small in the playoff multiple times. The only way Paul George and the Clippers is going to silence all haters is for him and Kawhi to win it all. They're going to have to bring a championship to the Clipper organization. That's the only way. Until further notice, people are always going to be talking. And when you make comments about the Lakers or any franchise who's winning this franchise, they're going to come for you. So until Paul George and Kawhi actually get it done, just one championship, that's all we're asking for. Until then, don't even speak on the Lakers. I'm just saying, just focus on your team and what you're trying to get done. Don't worry about the Lakers and what means more or less. Try to figure out how you could come up big in the playoff, perform at your best so y'all can win it all. I am rooting for the Clippers to get it done this season. Yes, I am. So no excuses. Y'all just got to get it done. So focus on your team, what you need to do to elevate your game and perform in the playoff, because that's where you normally crumble. And we need to see playoff P at its best when it matters the most. So on that note, as always, I holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.